when Prime Minister leads the debate, it's very clear Jawaharlal Nehru, the decisions he took as first Prime Minister, the decisions vis-a-vis why this was not the adopted officially constitutional guarantee was given to it, all of this will feature.
Well, absolutely. I think it's going to be a debate on Vande Mataram, on the nationalistic fervor, the 150th anniversary, but it's also going to be very, very political discussion. We are hearing from top government sources how the Prime Minister could bring forth the unknown facets of how Vande Mataram was chopped. That is what top BJP leaders have been saying since yesterday. See, the story goes like this, that in that Bankim Chattopadhyay brought up, coined Vande Mataram in 1875 in Anandmath, his famous novel. It had 6 stanzas at that particular time. This song became the rallying voice during the entire freedom struggle. It united Hindus and Muslims together to fight against the British Empire. But come 1937, what the BJP says, and those records have also been put out, that Jawaharlal Nehru deliberately wrote to Subhash Chandra Bose and wrote to Jinnah also, and dropped those 6 stanzas, just 2 stanzas, when this song was adopted finally as the national song of the country in 1950. So the BJP is questioning that why were those 4 stanzas removed? Was this Muslim appeasement? Was this done to appease the Muslims? Was this done because Nehru wrote to Jinnah as well as to Subhash Chandra Bose that these particular stanzas are not required? They refer to a goddess. Why should a goddess be referred to in a national song of the country? So the BJP is saying that by reducing those stanzas, you in a way partitioned, Vande Mataram, and later you partitioned the country in 1947. So I think the Prime Minister could really bring forth those records to say that this is the way the Congress acted even before independence, for appeasement, a policy which the Prime Minister could say continues till today.
And Pallavi, what will be the Congress's counter? Like, they're already saying Seva Dal starts by singing Vande Mataram.
See, I still remember a couple of years back, there was this huge controversy that the Congress party was averse to reciting the Vande Mataram, and Ahmed Patel had stepped in. He was then the political secretary of Sonia Gandhi to make the larger point that please don't look at it from the prism of appeasement. The point is that Vande Mataram is something which is very much ingrained in the ethos of our country. So I think what we're going to see today is the snatching of legacy, the competition for legacy. I mean, the Congress party will talk about, we know what the freedom movement is all about. Vande Mataram was a freedom movement song. It was a song which was taking on the British, and therefore we know what freedom and constitution is all about. And I'm sure even though Rahul Gandhi is not expected to speak today, he's going to be speaking tomorrow on the electoral reforms. At some point of time when Priyanka Vadra, Gaurav Gogoi speak, they'll make the point that you don't have to give us lessons in what nationalism and constitution protection is all about. For the Trinamool Congress, I will watch it very, very closely. No one seems to be talking about them. But remember, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay becomes very integral to the battle for Bengal of 2026. I mean, he's a Bengali. He comes from that state, and that's a part of, the Trinamool Congress narrative. Today, strategically speaking, they're going to be speaking in Bangla. So the point that they're making is that the Prime Minister may talk about Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, may take the legacy of Vande Mataram, but it's not going to work in Bengal. So I think we are going to see that the constitution debate between the opposition and the government, and the battle for Bengal between the TMC and the BJP inside the Lok Sabha, definitely.
You mentioned Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay and the fact that he's from Bengal. Payal, I'll also be very keen to watch how these two doyens from Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore and Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, figure in the discussions today.
Well, absolutely. It's going to be very important to watch out for. And very interestingly, last week, when the Business Advisory Committee meeting of the Lok Sabha took place, guess who decided to say that we don't need to discuss this? That was the Congress party. So the Congress party said we don't want to discuss this, but Trinamool Congress was very, very quick in saying that we want to discuss this immediately. We have no problems whatsoever. So of course it's going to be a battle between the TMC and the Congress party also to see who can take credit as well. But the one thing to watch out for is that will Prime Minister Narendra Modi teach Congress a lesson about their own party and about their own legacy that they claim? And will that be followed by Priyanka Gandhi's speech? That's going to be the first two important debates to watch out for. There is a reason why the government has chosen to allow the Prime Minister to speak first, because they want him to lay bare the facts right at the start of the thing. And this is a special discussion which clearly means that there is no reply. So the Prime Minister's speech is something which I'm really looking forward to. But, Bengali resident in me obviously wants to listen to the Bangla speech of the TMC.
Why is it that the government and the BJP, I would say the BJP more, very keen that the Vande Mataram debate the discussion takes place a day before electoral reforms.
Okay, Arun, before you answer that, I think Pradeep Bhandari has joined us on the broadcast here. Pradeep Bhandari, all my colleagues here are just framing the debate about what is expected. And one thing is very clear, Prime Minister is leading from the front. The captain is the opening batsman too, if I can use a cricket analogy. How are you seeing this debate? In what terms of references?
Well, this is a very historic and an important debate because please note that the entire Vande Mataram was given by a Bengali, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, sing completely by Rabindranath Tagore, who's a Bengali. The Bharatiya Janata Party is the only national party which is founded by a Bengali, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, and the freedom fighters, whether Hindus or Muslims, together unitedly fought against the partition of Bengal by Britishers in 1905 with the slogan being Vande Mataram. The Honorable Prime Minister will lay the ground against the appeasement politics of Jawaharlal Nehru, which chose appeasement over patriotism, which chose listening to Muslim League over listening to Subhash Chandra Bose and Rabindranath Tagore.
Okay. But Pradeep Bhandari, Congress's position is that this is not about communal politics. This is not about fighting over legacy. Vande Mataram has been part of our freedom struggle. Congress is the one who has been leading that freedom struggle. And to quote them, even their Seva Dal, starts with Vande Mataram recitation. So Congress says there's no way we are going to be castigated, put on the back foot by this debate.
Well, it's the truncated form of Vande Mataram which the Seva Dal begins from. It's not the entire Vande Mataram. Since late 1880s till at least 1937, the entire Vande Mataram was sang by every freedom fighter, including Mahatma Gandhi. It was Jawaharlal Nehru who gave it to the lives of the Jinnahs and the Muslim League that since 1937 onward, when Nehru presided over the session, you had only truncated version of Vande Mataram, which is what the appeasement politics started. And as the Honorable Prime Minister said, sowed the seeds of partition. Please also note a very important point. When the entire Vande Mataram was sung by Rabindranath Tagore, the president of the Congress party was Rahmatullah Sahani, a Muslim. So the Congress party, over Hindu-Muslim unity, over patriotism, chose to bow down to the radical fundamentalist Muslim League. I believe these historical facts should be out in the open, and the Honorable Prime Minister will lead us from the front, as he has always been on every issue to do with the patriotism.
Pradeep, since you've been travelling a lot to Bengal, I still remember a recent soundbite which came in from Mamata Banerjee, where she's accused you people, and this I'm referring to the rule inside the parliament, which I know is likely to be changed now, where she's accused that the government has actually pushed in a rule where we are not allowed to make slogans of Vande Mataram. In the case of do's and don'ts, among the many protests which are not allowed, Vande Mataram is one. There is where she's making a point against the BJP of being anti-Vande Mataram. How would you respond to that?
Well, Palvi, you've been a very, very seasoned journalist who's covered the politics from the last 3 to 4 decades. Can you tell me one instance where the Trinamool Congress has decided the entire Vande Mataram since its inception? Not even one. Because for the Trinamool Congress today, it is they will choose a Humayun Kabir over Rabindranath Tagore. They will choose a Firhad Hakim over Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. So it is really, I believe that this debate in the parliament will lay the facts bear out in the open, and you will see whether it is the Congress or the Trinamool Congress, they will be exposed in front of the people of India for choosing appeasement and truncating the entire Vande Mataram, which was sung by Rabindranath Tagore.
Right.
Thank you very much, Pradeep, for joining us this morning. And, your statement goes on to show how much of a political debate is going to be inside the Lok Sabha. Arun, I'm just asking you a question before we went across to Pradeep. It's very clear the battle is actually going to be the battle for Bengal, most probably, as far as Lok Sabha is concerned. What is the BJP's counter strategy to this?
Well, see, Pallavi, one thing is very clear, that when Prime Minister Modi is going to start this debate, the message is very clear, of course, that they want to send this message to larger audience. Because if Prime Minister Modi is starting, you will, of course, have public listening to it, and also, of course, media covering it fully. So that's, of course, the first reason which I see Prime Minister Modi speaking. And also, of course, he will set the tone for the entire discussion, for 10 hours. And this is for the first time when we will be witnessing Vande Mataram discussion happening for 10 hours last time it happens in the Constituent Assembly in 1950. So this is for the first time when we will be witnessing a long discussion of 10 hours. Though there may be instances when, some time Vande Mataram was used for a small discussions in the parliament, maybe because of some criticism, etc. But this time around we will be seeing this 10 hours discussion. And also importantly, as you rightly highlighted, Pallavi, here, that you have West Bengal election, and that's something which is very, very important. Mamata Banerjee has already seized the occasion when that parliamentary notification came out which is of course a customary which comes out every time. Yes. But Mamata Banerjee has made a point out of it, saying that look, this is the real face of the government. Why can't you say Vande Mataram inside the parliament or outside the parliament? But of course, and then of course you will be seeing Prime Minister Modi giving reply to that as well. But for me, what is going to be interesting is that who all are going to be speaking from the government side, because I am of course expecting that you will have a large number of MPs from West Bengal speaking on this, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and also importantly what points all of them are going to bring to the table, because this is also a sort of a competition between MPs of the BJP, that who's going to have that better points and how they're going to put forward in the parliament, because everybody of course is watching it very keenly. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting, fascinating debate, as you guys have already, said in the beginning, that there will be some unknown facts which will be coming out of this debate. People know a few tidbits of it, but today, as government has been saying this, that they will bring some unknown facts of it. And of course, we've seen that the controversy has already started. The BJP has made a point out of it that in 1937, how the Vande Mataram was truncated just because of there are names of Hindu deities into that, and Congress party did that just to polarize and get the votes of one section of the society.
Mahua Moitra is going to be fielded from the TMC, and the constituency she comes in from, Krishnanagar, has a substantial minority population as well, and of course Kakuli Ghosh Dastidar, who's a leader of the Trinamool Congress.
I wouldn't really be surprised if the Prime Minister speaks a few lines in Bengali as well.
Yes.
So then
because
it's going to be a battle for Bengal in Lok Sabha.
There's a difference between 2021 and 2026. 2021, BJP did whatever they really could. For a party which had just 3 seats in 2016, they've come a long way as well. But last time around, the whole branding of Mamata Banerjee and the BJP was that they are outsiders. Bahiragato was the charge that was given. But this time, very interesting election in charges also being put. Biplab Dev himself being a Bengali.
I'm very curious to know, because this has been framed in a way 2 stanza versus 6 stanza. At the end of this debate, we already know that there was a circular which has now been withdrawn. At the end of this debate, is there any possibility that the way we know Vande Mataram being sung in official functions, that could change?
It may be, Arunima. My guess is that the BJP is very, very clear that the Vande Mataram song's originality needs to be restored. It was cut because of Muslim appeasement, to appease maybe Mr. Jinnah at that time by Jawaharlal Nehru. 1937, the Congress Working Committee, reduced the stanzas. In 1950, when the Parliament adopted the song, the Constituent Assembly adopted the song as a national song, the same way it was adopted, under 2 stanzas. The BJP is very clear, and I won't be surprised if the BJP pushes for it, that the originality of the song is restored. At least official functions of the government, we could see the recitation of Vande Mataram, all 6 stanzas going ahead. Whether it will change also, in the constitution, the way the Vande Mataram is remains to be seen. We won't speculate on that, but I think the government will definitely press that the originality is restored, and also the government is very clear that, why this was truncated has to be exposed. And that is what I think Mr. Modi is going to do when he starts speaking. He will lay down the facts. He will lay down this official correspondence which is there to give the people a glimpse into why it was, youngsters today don't even know that maybe Vande Mataram had 6 stanzas. We are, children born after, in the last 20, maybe have read Vande Mataram only 2 stanzas.
Even in Parliament, once the session ends, you just read those 2 stanzas.
Just sing out 2 stanzas.
Yes.
That is why I think the originality may be restored.
So there's a lot of Bengal which is hopefully coming up, because that's my state. So I hope, we're going to hear a lot of Bangla being spoken. But the battle for Bengal for 2026 is likely to be reflected in the Lok Sabha. But talking about